Since today's video is super long, we are going to be doing a voiceover and we're going to be showing you step by step how to create an eyelash extension set. We're going to start with the basic steps, which is taking a frontal picture of our guest. In this case, it's me. And we're going to be showing you how we are going to be applying an eyelash extension set. We will be doing a cat eye, which is a little more on the harder side, but we're going to be showing you some tips to make it look very nice and to be able to pull it off. We had this video asked for so many times because they wanted to see the end results on an actual model, so that is why we are going to show you how to do a cat eye. First, we're going to start with the basics, and that is doing a frontal picture. We are going to snap a couple of photos, make sure that the eyes are visible and it's in a good lighting, and we're going to do the same for a side portrait. In this case, Adrienne is doing my eyelashes, but we decided to do a voiceover for educational purposes so that you guys can see everything that's happening. So let's go ahead and take the picture that we just took, and we're going to zoom in. Here we are going to be drawing the design that we are going to be doing on the guest. So she's going to be getting a cat eye. It's going to go from smallest all the way up to biggest. In this case, I'm using 5 blocks. And as you can see, the inner corner is going to be small with 7 and the outer corner is going to be 11. The mistake that the majority of the people do is to make the ends long, really long. If we're going over the imaginary line that goes from the nose to the eyebrow, it is going to make the eye look droopy, and it's not going to flatter the eye, but it's going to create another visual effect. So that's why we want to start with smaller sizes. So now we are going to be looking at the side picture, and we're going to be basing ourselves from her eyes. She does have very fairly normal eyes. They're not too prominent or not too sunken in. We're also taking as a base the nose bridge, and as you can see, they are placed intermediately, so then she does have intermediate eyes. This tells us that she is a good candidate for a D-curl. So now we do have our guest laying down on the chair with clean eyelashes. We're going to be showing you guys step by step. And to start off, we're going to be using our eye patches, which you can find on our website. And we are going to be applying the design that we took on the picture, and we're going to be putting it onto the eye patch. Remember that in order to secure your bottom eyelashes completely, it is really good to apply tape under the waterline. This is going to allow for all of them to be secure and nothing will be escaping, so you don't apply an eyelash extension on accident to a bottom lash, because we all know that sucks. Always make sure that the first 2 tapes that you put are either on V or diagonal, and the third one we are going to be laying it horizontal. Remember, below the waterline. And one tip is to have them look at you, or you can tell them to look backwards. That way all of the natural eyelashes will be descending and it'll be easier for you to apply the eye patch. So now we ask our guests to close the eyes and to maintain them closed from now throughout all the appointment. We're going to take the edge outer corner of the eye patch and the tape, and we're going to gently slide it downwards. Not only is this going to be comfortable for the guest, but it's also going to release any top eyelash extensions that have gotten stuck in there. Alright, so now we're going to ask our guest if there's anything that is bothering her, and as soon as she says no, then we're going to go to the priming or the cleaning part. Whatever solution you're using, make sure that you are doing this way before you draw onto your eye patches, because since this is a watery substance, it is going to erase any drawing that you have on your eye patch. And remember, a little goes a long way. Don't apply the drops directly onto the eyelashes. Always remember to pick up as you go so that it minimizes the mess. Now we're going to grab our crystal and we're going to set it to the side. If you guys follow me, you know that I like to apply a little bit of tape onto my crystal. We could do this either in a cross form or a little star form, however many pieces of tape you'd like. This is going to allow for your glue to be a little cleaner if you're going to be refreshing your glue, or if you're removing it from the stone. This is definitely going to help it be a little more organized. Now we're going to take our picture, and if you remember we did a design, we're just going to do the same thing that we did on the picture onto the eye patch. So today we're going to be doing a cat eye design. I did draw the mapping, and we're going to start with very small sizes: 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. As you may remember in one of our previous videos, if a person really wants a cat eye without having the natural cat eye look, we are able to give it to them. Just always remember that the outer corner is not going to have such a crazy long length, because if we do the line from the nostril to the end of the eyebrow, we don't want this to go over. If it does, it's going to bring the whole eye down and make it very droopy. So that's something we need to take care of. In this case, as I mentioned, we're doing 11, so to me I feel like that's going to be the perfect length. For that to happen though, we do need to start with smaller lengths, which is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And once we are ready to begin with whatever brand you decide to do, we always make sure to sanitize our hands because we're working with the eye area. Now for the tweezer choice, I am actually going to be using Control, which is an isolation tweezer. Or if you feel like Control has too small tips, you can use my favorite, which is Balance. The Balance has more of a hook tip, and this is going to help you isolate better, but it's just a matter of what you prefer. And to pick up the volumes, we're going to be using Nanita. All of these tweezers are actually available on the website. And for the lashes, we're going to be doing small sizes, so I'm actually going to be using the mix tray. As you can see, it goes from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 all the way up to 15. And if I feel like I am going to miss any other lashes, I'm going to substitute them with these, which is 10 and 11. But this is what we're going to be working with. Now we have our glue. We're applying 1 drop onto the crystal. And once I have my volume tweezers and my isolation tweezers, we can begin. My way of working is usually I like to start with the middle, work my way outwards, and then at the end I like to do the inner corner. I also do block by block because it makes me feel a little more comfortable. Some people like switching from one eye and then the other eye. I like to do it that way. Other people like bouncing in between eyes. So it just really depends on how you prefer to work. So right now we're going to start with the size 9. And since I like to apply the lash strips on the back of my hand, first I make sure I have the lash on the tweezer, then I isolate, then I will apply the extension. Once more, first I'm going to peel off the eyelash extension from the back of my hand, then I'm going to isolate and find my eyelash. Once I have my eyelash, I dip the extension in the glue and I apply the extension. Remember not to go all the way to the roots. We have to leave at least 1 to 2 centimeters away from the natural lash line. And we're going to basically be doing this for the whole time. Obviously, as we switch blocks, the number of the size of the lash is going to change, but other than that, it always stays the same. This isolation tweezer not only serves to separate the eyelash extension or the natural eyelash from the rest, but it also helps maintain an eyelash form. If you can see, the eyelash that I had was a little crooked, and with the help of my tweezer I was able to apply the extension. So basically this is what we're going to be doing this whole time, and I am going to fast forward it just because this is a long process as is, and what we're doing is a repetitive movement. So I figured that we could just fast forward this and you guys can see the results in a little bit. Before we fast forward, I just wanted to point out that our guest does have the lashes on the eye patch, so I just wanted to throw in a little tip, which is apply some tape onto the lid and just gently pull upwards. This way it is easier to work and the natural lashes no longer are laying on the eye patch. So now that the eyelashes are out of the way, we are able to fast forward, so enjoy. Alright guys, so basically my phone died. I never found out. That's why we had to reshoot and the quality looks a little crappy. But I finished both eyes. Now I'm just brushing through, making sure that nothing is tangled. Don't ever forget the step, because by simply brushing you will find out if anything is stuck. Another technique is to go over it with your eyelash tweezers and just gently lift your lashes to make sure nothing is stuck. If there is anything stuck, make sure to unstick it before you remove the eye pads, otherwise it'll be very painful. As you can see, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the same on the other side. It's not going over the imaginary line, which is a good thing. And now that we made sure nothing is stuck, we are able to remove the eye patch. Normally we don't remove this eye patch with the light on, but for the purpose of this video, we are going to do it this way. But usually you have to turn off the light and let your guest slowly open their eyes. I like to let their eyes rest a little bit just because sometimes there's fumes. But when your guest is ready to open their eyes, you can go ahead and brush one more time to make sure that when they do open their eyes, the lashes look super pretty. And we're able to see here that there is a very smooth transition from the numbers. This is why we're using 5 blocks from 7 to 11. And once this person is ready to open their eyes, they can do so, and voila, it looks very, very pretty. I personally like the small sizes, and it doesn't affect the eye in any way because it does not have too long of a size on the edge. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was very much asked for. Here you go, enjoy it, let us know if you liked it, and we hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!